You do in 30 minutes. You could be on one of our 45 black and white sand beaches, or perched atop a lush mountainside admiring our stunning coastline, or slicing the Caribbean Sea on a traditionally built sloop, or adventuring off the beaten path, or hanging out with our underwater sculptures, or do nothing at all. Whatever you choose, an amazing vacation is only 30 minutes away in Grenada. Visit www.puregrenada.com.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
We've got to come together, learn to love your brother, love your brother.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
5 years ago, we started an incredible journey together. We dreamed and we strove to achieve. We are happy with the success we have had, but not content. The arch of progress is bending in the right direction in St. George Northeast, and many people have benefited. But there are still others that are yet to be lifted by the rising tide. We cannot leave those people behind, and so we continue to fight, and we continue to push on. I am Tobias Clement, and I'm running again to continue what we have started. Our dreams are too big, our ambitions too large for us to stop here. So let's keep moving.
Water, Earth's purest life-sustaining resource, can easily become contaminated by environmental conditions. NAWASA continues to improve the quality of its water supply through state-of-the-art water treatment systems and trained, experienced staff. NAWASA preserves our health and quality of life. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Prime Minister hints that election date could be announced soon. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. It is no secret that elections will be called soon, so be prepared. That advice from Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. He says before the elections are called, he must ask the Governor General to dissolve Parliament. This means very soon, Grenada will be run by a cabinet of ministers, but no parliamentarians. Following this, the Governor General will issue a writ for national elections. As anticipation grows over when Dr. Mitchell will announce the date, he did say this much during an endorsement meeting for Honorable Alvin Dabrio in Guelph on Sunday.
After she issued the writ, we'll then make an announcement. Nomination day will be first announced. That must come. And 21 days afterwards, the minimum, there must be national elections. So sisters and brothers, as I said, there is no mystery. On Thursday, Brother Anthony Boson he's going to be endorsed by the constituency of St. Patrick West. On Sunday, the 14th, Brother Nicholas Steele will be. Brother Oliver Joseph on the 21st, St. David's. We go to St. David's then. And then we'll have the announcement not long after that. Not long after that, sisters and brothers. Myself, Brother Peter David, and the chairman of your party, Brother Gregory Boyne, will be announced and endorsed. And let me tell you, I could afford to say a little more than that. We go into Boucher-Jou. And I would most likely have a big announcement when we get to Boucher-Jou, sisters and brothers.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell is hoping for a resolution to the Tawu-Nawassa impasse by the end of next week at the very latest. Addressing the endorsement of Honorable Alvin Dabrio in St. John on Sunday, Dr. Mitchell called on unions in the country to conduct themselves in the manner in which they have been doing in the last 5 years, in a responsible way. Details in this report.
Making reference to the good industrial relations enjoyed in the last few years, Dr. Mitchell said they must not squander overnight the gains made so far to one sector of the society.
So we have a responsibility to protect the gains. We have a responsibility to protect the image of this country. All of us. So I'm confident that they will heed that call. So I expect, with a number of industrial problems that have raised its head, only now, we say, we hope by the end of this week or next week for the latest, we expect to find a comprehensive solution for that problem so that we can move forward as one people. Government, trade union, private sector, churches, non-governmental organizations, all working in one tune.
The Technical and Allied Workers Union and NAWASA have not been seeing eye to eye on the regularization of contract workers. Tawu says they are prepared to compromise on issues like annual vacation leave and uniforms, but the workers need security of tenure. The company recently issued a statement expressing extreme disappointment that the matter remains unresolved, despite having made a significant shift in its position in the spirit of compromise. The statement added that NAWASA has offered to make all contracted employees with more than 2 years of service permanent, with an option to ensure that such persons do not lose recognition for any year of service for which gratuity was not paid. It said unfortunately the union made no movements, maintaining its original position that all contracted employees, even those on contract for just a few months, must be made permanent, and all appointments must be retroactive from the date of first contract, notwithstanding that gratuity was paid. Dr. Mitchell is appealing for good sense to prevail on the issue.
I am making the point that we cannot just give every cent that we have extra, that we have surpluses gained, and give it to one sector of the society who are already working, who already got increases in salary, who already got increased opportunities in one-off payments. They got, sisters and brothers, and you know I always said, they made sacrifice, so they have a right to get. All I'm saying is, you can get all of the pie.
Works Minister the Honourable Gregory Bowen also weighed in on the issue during Sunday's endorsement of the Honourable Alvin Dabrio in St. John. He is very concerned about the situation.
We of the New National Party, we understand the workers' plight. We know the problems that Nawasa is facing. $66 million in debt, workers' monies. And so we must be able to find a solution that will not put additional burden on Nawasa. Today, if the workers go home, they do not have the monies to be paid. We bank on one going today, one going tomorrow, one going next week, so we can take from internal funds. But if the situation arises where 15 to 20 workers must leave in 1 year, Nawasa must go to the central government to ask for monies to pay the workers.
When the NNP administration returned to office, it inherited a shrinking economy, but Grenada is moving again. That's according to Honorable Alvin Dabrio. Addressing his endorsement rally in St. John on Sunday, Mr. Dabrio told supporters they simply have to look through the NNP manifesto to tally the achievements made over the years.
We started off with the Mondo Road, with the Cotton Bailey to the Rock Road, the Concord Falls Road and the parking lot, Back Street Road in Concord, Power Park Road, the bottom of Marcel Hill, Old Road. They had no access to the beach. They now have walkway to the beach. When the vehicle go in Old Road, you couldn't turn wrong. We now have turning spot so you could come back out. We're doing now Grand Roy River Road. We did a lot of walkways in Mount Plaisy, Mount Nesbitt. We have spent a lot of money on the same Mabuya Road, making it motorable so that the cement truck that was dropping the cement going up Mount Nesbitt, making it dangerous, would not be able to do so anymore.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Data reveals that rats and other rodents are responsible for the transmission of many diseases. In Grenada, the most common is leptospirosis, and it can cause your death. This disease is directly related to rats and mice infestation. Signs and symptoms of lepto, as it is commonly referred to, are high fever, headache, chills, muscle aches, vomiting, jaundice, and abdominal pain. If your home had or is infected with rats and you have any of these symptoms, please check with your doctor immediately. Declare war on rats. Starve them. Kill them. Rats are the most unwelcome guests. Reduce, control, eliminate them. This is a message from the Ridge to Reef Project, protecting biodiversity and ecosystem functions.
The Immigration Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force is beefing up its efforts to improve its customer service delivery. In light of this, the department will be commemorating Immigration Week 2018 under the theme, Protecting Our Borders, Serving Our People. The week of activities commenced on Sunday with a church service and will conclude on Saturday with a staff appreciation and award ceremony. Chief Immigration Officer Superintendent Aesop Hare highlighted some of the week's activities.
Following the church service, we would have visited a Kadrona home where we would have handed over a wheelchair along with a food basket, a hamper. And the staff there was indeed appreciative of the gesture. Wednesday we'll have a staff retreat, and we'll expect to have a motivational speaker who will warm our hearts and encourage the staff as we move forward in 2018. On Thursday, we hope to engage the yachting community at two of the main marinas. That would be at Prickly Bay and at Port Louis, where we can discuss matters pertaining to that sector. And on Friday, we will have our annual general meeting.
For the next 2 days, the department will be highlighting immigration and travel documents and equipment at the lobby of the Botanical Gardens office.
We have on display travel documents, samples of travel documents that were used before independence and even after independence, and samples of the forms that we have wherein persons can apply for the various services that are given by the department. If somebody is interested and wants to know what is taking place at the table, then we'll have an officer come out to we just cannot have an officer stationed at the table because of our limited staff.
And finally, preparations are high in gear on the Sister Isles for the staging of the 44th Independence Celebration. According to a release from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, consultations with all stakeholders and citizens are being finalized. As part of this year's activities, a special award ceremony will be held by the local celebrations committee to recognize those who have contributed significantly in the areas of culture, health, sports, agribusiness, youth entrepreneurship, fishing, and community involvement. While the Tri-Island Nation's independence is officially celebrated on February 7th, Carriacou and Petite Martinique's activities are held before. Petite Martinique's celebration will be held on January 31st and Carriacou's on February 1st, 2018. The 44th Independence Celebration will be held under the theme, One People, One Country, Our Responsibility. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am honored to have answered the call for service. The people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are dear to my heart. I have grown up in a time of expanded opportunities, showcased by the fact that I have had the fortune to study and become a professional. There are many young people who seek the opportunity that I have had, and I want to be a part of that movement that helped open up new doors. It is the aspiration of ordinary people that inspire this new journey of mine. As my generation rises up to service, you can surely count me in. I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am running for you, the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Keep moving!
Let us have a real talk, St. John's. Let us understand the choice that faces us in this coming election. You can vote for me again, a proud member of a team that has consciously started rebuilding Grenada. Together, we have done the hard work and the opportunities have begun to come. So, you can go for the other guy who threatens to rip it all up and start a new experiment that none of us is sure about. The choices we face are not even close. We have made our sacrifice, and now we must continue to build on our success. I'm proud to be on your team, and so St. John's, we are moving together.
These past 5 years, ordinary people with extraordinary dreams for themselves and their families have continued to inspire me. In these close-knit communities along the shores of St. Andrews Southeast, people with their faith in their unshakable God have given me renewed hope that this partnership we have forged is worth building on. We have had successes together, but we are far from finished. A whole new generation is coming up, hoping for even more opportunities. We can't let them down. With God by our side, together we will achieve even more. So let's keep moving.
I believe that my life's journey as a sister and daughter, a community activist and educator has prepared me for the next chapter. As a young woman, I have always firmly believed that our generation can continue to build on the solid foundation already laid. My long association with the girls in the Junior Achievement Program has taught me a lot about national potential. This is not about where we have started. It's about how far we can go together. I am running so that I can stand up for you.
I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor. For I know.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian work. Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
We got to come together, learn to love your brother, love your brother.
Let us have a real talk, St. John's. Let us understand the choice that faces us in this coming election. You can vote for me again, a proud member of a team that has consciously started rebuilding Grenada. Together, we have done the hard work and the opportunities have begun to come. So, you can go for the other guy who threatens to rip it all up and start a new experiment that none of us is sure about. The choices we face are not even close. We have made our sacrifice, and now we must continue to build on our success. I'm proud to be on your team, and so St. John's, we are moving together.
Let we continue the progress. I'm telling you flat, without an out and NP is the best. Let we continue the progress. St. Andrew, let's keep moving. St. George, let's keep moving. St. David, let's keep moving. Deal with them Dr. Keys. St. Mark's, let's keep moving. St. John's, let's keep moving. St. Patrick, let's keep moving. Carico Pretty Massive. I say.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, Martinique once again. It is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott, flying solo today.
Douglas ready to move, Oliver ready to move, Anthony ready to move. Owen.
Saying a special glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you out there in Radio Land. Those of you listening via the internet as well. And those of you that may be viewing us, I think we're on channel 1000. I'm not sure if they got the technical part sorted out, but we may be on channel 1000 on Flow as well.
Let's keep moving, and baby, let's keep moving. Deal with them Dr. Keith and Marks. Let's keep moving, and John. Let's keep moving, and Patrick. Let's keep moving.
So good morning to you, Wade, and the Noise Radio chat room. Yeah, Lady Fran, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Kathy. Captain, good morning. DJ Cockney, yeah, morning to each and every one of you. Wayward Wade, good morning, bro. All of the other listeners via We Vibes and Noise Radio out there in the New York State area, in Brooklyn especially. Glorious Grenadian, good morning to you. Sending some sunshine your way. Oh yes, Wade, I will be taking a picture on Grandans Beach and posting it to the Noise Radio chat room later. Just waiting until the sun is at its extreme, somewhere, you know, between 12-1 that time there. Yeah, I'll take a photo down there for you. Just to rub it in, I think I'm going to pass in the Monjaloo area and take a photo from somewhere up there as well, yeah? No, he's my partner. Good morning to you, Uncle Ba. Kent, good morning. Ira, Beverly, out there in New York, my good family. Good morning to each and every one of you. I hope that you all are having a wonderful morning this morning. Hope everything is going your all way this morning. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And also, good morning to those of you in the chat room this morning. Let me just see who is in the chat room this morning, who is on the live. Yeah, not the chat room, the live, right? So we go into the live this morning. And good morning to you, Ozzy. Yeah, OG. Good morning. Yeah, Kenny, Stedlin, Errol, Vilma, Myrna, Marcel, Linda. Good morning to each of you. Mavis. Yeah. Good morning to you as well. Anshel, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kissinger, good morning. So good morning to all of you that are under the live. Remember to like and share the live. And remember, for updates from the new National Party, you can send a text or WhatsApp message to 405-8683. That's 405-8683 with your name, your constituency, the village you live in. Constituency and village you live in, two different things. So constituency, village you live in, that sort of information, nice? Right. If you have an email address, you want to receive emails as well, you can send it to that address. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful.
Give me the duck now. Moving. Yes, we moving.
Yes, indeed, we are moving.
Yes, we moving. Moving.
97.5 City Sound FM GT. Good morning, bro. Enos. Not Enos. No, I'm saying Enos for by. Oh. I don't know to say innocent. I was going to say Enos. Yeah. Innocent morning.
And even when they do,
know why people just always make that mistake, you know.
Why don't
but Enos, good morning to you too. Yeah, listening out there in Brooklyn.
Investors' confidence, that was on a low. But who could blame them? All you didn't know head from toe. In almost 5 years, not one gap.
Yeah, all the listeners via City Sounds, very special, glorious Grenadian. Good morning to each and every one of you. Karen.
Let the truth be told, one just can know. Let's keep.
I had a friend there who always calls me and trying to remember your name right now, and it's just not coming.
We're on the right path, so no turning back. Let's keep moving.
Good morning to all the listeners via 89.5 CRFM Community Radio on your frequency modulated broadcasting from beautiful Monjaloo. Good morning to you, Campeche. Or Mr. Roll Garth, as you're properly called.
Yes, we move it. Don't stop. Don't stop.
And in Carriacou, Pity Martinique via 92.9.
And it have me baffled all over the place. How you care about people. But tell me this, please. Where was that carrying?
Our good friends in St. Lucia say they're going to be taking the program again. They're going to start broadcasting the program in St. Lucia again. So we expect pretty soon we'll be having it there. It is a Tuesday morning, but we do not have post-cabinet press briefing this morning. Prime Minister was on Beyond the Headlines last night. We'll take a call. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon. I realize you're solo this morning, but take a
yes.
good drink, eh?
But I'm barely hearing you. Okay, I think I know.
If you would be able to speak on this behalf, but here now, I just listened to the point, and the guy who was on the program said that the poll that Mr. Peter Wickham is doing now is of no concern to him. Tell me something. Is that somebody who you would vote for to go into office if somebody's doing a poll and says the results of the poll is of no concern? So that means he doesn't want to know how much support base he has. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Let me state this. Political parties all over the world do polls. As to Mr. Peter Wickham, I'm an executive member of the New National Party. I've never met Mr. Peter Wickham. I don't know if Mr. Peter Wickham is or is not doing a poll in Grenada. I have no idea about that. If he is, then I would think that all political parties would be interested in his findings, because I don't think he would want to spoil his reputation by doing a poll that is slanted, that doesn't have the proper information in it. He'd ruin his reputation. Yeah? So if he is doing one, I would think in the same way that the NDC, as a political organization, used the very same Mr. Peter Wickham that they're talking about right now to do polls in the past, I would think that they would want to find out whatever information he has related to polls, and so I would think that they would be very interested in whatever information he has to put forward. I see no reason why any organization should be afraid of a poll being conducted, no matter who is conducting the poll. Yeah? Because if the poll is being conducted by a party and it's being slanted towards that party, it means that that party is doing a disservice to itself. Yeah? And if it's being done by an independent organization, independent of all the parties, then all political parties should be very interested in what it has to say. Yeah? So I think that's as much as I can say on that. As I say, I've never met the gentleman. Never. Not once. In all my years involved in him, I've never met him. Yeah? I have never met him. I can tell you that. Yeah? So I don't know why some people are worried. Why are you worried? I would think that you would want, because the NDC has carried out polls recently. They have carried out polls. All political organizations carry out polls. So I don't know why they'd be worried about that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear.
How are you?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing this morning?
Adi?
All right.
You didn't see me Sunday?
Oh gosh, I was kind of up and down. So I did this time I did not see you.
I was ready.
This time I did not see you.
I was ready.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on my jersey.
But jerseys haven't been shared out yet.
And I don't get mine?
No, I say they have not been given out yet.
Oh.
Yeah, some constituencies have done their own thing, but the general thing has not been shared. Because a lot of people have been asking, but it hasn't come out yet. Don't worry, you go get you go get that. That's not a problem.
In Minister one Thursday.
Yes, that's Minister Anthony Boson.
Yeah, I will be there.
I don't know why they're afraid Boson so, man.
Eh?
Why are the NDC so afraid of Anthony Boson?
I find that they're real afraid of him, and they're afraid of the Dr. Kit Claudius Mitchell.
Yeah, they're very afraid.
Because the way I hear Ken Jones talking about Dr. Kit Mitchell, how he dancing like a clown, and
you have your belly to listen to certain people and things.
Well, no, because when I come down this man now, how he talking about it, I heard he talking, and then as soon as my mother go, I switch it off. I say that nonsense. I say that pure stupidness.
Don't worry yet. Don't worry
yet. Because they don't show NDC one, and they show is all of them mix.
But I don't think that has anything to do with the media house. The media house cannot show what doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So if you did not have a very large turnout to your activity, in fact, it may be better for the media house not to show what it is you had. They're saving you some embarrassment.
But we get a lot. We get the whole road for.
Yeah. We're not worried in the least about that. It's desperate tactics of a desperate organization who continues to attack the media. They continue to attack Nearly on a daily basis, they attack various members of the media and media houses because the media houses are not there to do what the NNP wants.
Yeah,
they are not there to do what the NDC wants.
Yeah.
Media
When
houses
we
are there.
morning,
Yeah, he's out this morning.
What?
Yeah,
And
he had a,
without my permission?
I find that man having real appointment. I had to start to take appointment too and stay out, you know.
Exactly.
I had to take a few days too, eh?
But I had to know that. See, and then the next day again, they say how what? Already owing 97.5. That why I look na attack on 97.5.
When?
Some weeks already in PM 97.5 and
Unlike other radio programs, we are not out with cap in hand begging people to pay anything for us.
That's what I say.
Let me just put it straight. Unlike other talk show hosts, we don't have to go begging locally, regionally, and internationally for people to take out the little kakada they're getting as a pension to rest in their hand for them to go and sit down in tongue and drink rum. We don't have to do that. So don't worry about our bills for hard talk. They are well taken care of.
Well taken care of because
and they have always, Hard Talks organization has always been well taken care of. We don't have to go a begging.
No, what beg we have to beg?
Nor does our political organization have to go and beg out there telling everybody, we brokes, we can't run, we campaign, give us a look of $5 and $10.
Yeah, but they're telling, see they're unfair.
The problem is they don't know our business. They would like to know our business. They don't know our business.
Vote, the thing for election to call. They say they vote no for everything, for Dr. Kit Claudius Mitchell to not to call election yet, No, Ken Jones balling out. Call election, hello, we afraid. I cannot stupidness and say no, Dr. Kit Claudius Mitchell don't lose.
Don't worry, my dear, don't worry about them, because the bottom line is this. Whether the election was today, whether it is next week, whether it's next month, whether it's the month after, whether it's in the end of the year, the bottom line is the result will be the same. The NDC will be thrown into oblivion. Their political cemetery has already been fenced. We're painting the fences on them right now. The graves have been dug and the tombstones are presently being etched because 15 are the candidates going down on election day. 15 of them going down on election day.
Are we getting everything?
There will be slow songs singing and flowers bringing. Believe me. All right. Anyway, my dear, you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be slow songs singing and flowers bringing. But yeah, they're worried about Mr. Peter Wickham. Why are they worried about Mr. Peter Wickham? Let me read this email here. This is from who, boy? It's an email I have here from the 25th of May, 2008. April, May, June, July. So this was before the election in 2008. Okay. Yeah, and it's headed Peter Wickham's poll. Peter's poll justifications are difficult to dispute. As a result, there is need for limited strategic action. Key issues according to him as follows. Change may not be an issue in Grenada as it has been in the other islands where people think that a particular government is in power too long. The NDC campaign needs to address the core issues. And I'm reading here from an email that was sent before the 2008 election in relation to a poll that the National Democratic Congress as a political organization had asked Mr. Peter Wickham to conduct. Yeah? So it says things like there is a need to project new ideas, leadership issues are important, the issues of corruption doesn't appear to have stuck in Grenada, there is a swing away from smaller parties, 4% to the NNP, 2% to the NDC. Demographics, NDC are middle class, NNP are women, youth, and working class people. Yeah? And this is all things that they found out from their poll that the same person they cousin did. Good morning.
Morning, Senator.
Hey, how are you doing?
Just quiet, Senator.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Senator, these are my comments on the program referred to. First, in my political engagement, I've been able to hear some of the difficulties that some of these workers have that doing their assistance to people. I've heard them speak of persons asking them for assistance, but they can only assist persons within the particular that correspond to the area to which they belong. In, for instance, the person who is responsible for the tongue of St. George's cannot assist somebody who lives in Granans. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening you.
Therefore, you know, the gentleman speaks of doing things right. I could understand somebody who is approached, the tongue of St. George's is approached to assist somebody in Granans. They will explain to the person, look, you are outside of my ambit. I cannot help. I either speak with my colleague, counterpart, that corresponds to your area.
Mm-hmm.
Failing that, you may ask, is there a possibility of you having anywhere within my jurisdiction where I might be able to offer that assistance to you? You understand me?
Yeah.
Very well. So, I mean, to just come and say, and I think you all should be able to, I would say, call him that bluff he has given. Find out whether there's any truth or what truth is there for that. Because I think sometimes persons are asked to go beyond the stretch. You are told them, look, I am not able to do, I am not permitted to do anything like that. If you want me to assist, then you have to be within my jurisdiction. That being explained, I heard him mention that when that Sotes project was started, everybody welcomed the project. That was his word. They welcomed the project.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on to criticize what is happening now. And he speak about how if it's NDC will do A, B, C, D before implementation. Therefore, my question is, on what basis was your happiness in welcoming the project? If you are so methodical about procedures and everything, how come you welcomed the beginning of the project? You understand me, Senator?
Exactly.
And thirdly, regarding Mr. Peter Wickham, I thought the gentleman he demonstrated cowardly attributes, and I think he misrepresented Mr. Wickham in a big way. The statement, if I remember correctly, Mr. Wickham's statement would have been based on the historical behavior of Caribbean voters and also the voting pattern in Grenada. That's why he was able to render a projection. No one is disputing the fact that circumstances can change. But I think he has to understand the gentleman, Mr. Wickham, has sufficient Caribbean experience. He's the most experienced Caribbean pollster in terms of voter behavior. And indeed, our own Grenadian, in particular, our own Grenadian situation, to render an opinion. He was not hacking on behalf of any political organization. Mr. Peter Wickham is not a political stooge. And I thought the moderator could have been a little bit more, probing, because the statement is false.
Indeed,
it's
it
false.
is. All right, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes, indeed. And folks, remember this Thursday, we're heading up to St. Patrick, yeah?
The new National Party brings its message of delivery and a clear vision for continued progress when the campaign rolls into Soutez this Thursday night, January 11th. It's the launch of the incumbent candidacy of Anthony Boson in St. Patrick West. Call them. All are invited to the Anglican Schoolyard from 6 p.m. for Tony's special endorsement. For we say in 2018 in St. Patrick West, we're moving with Tony. The meeting features a special appearance by former MP Joseph Gilbert and statements from other leading community activists. Our next stop this Thursday, January 11th, 2018. The people say NNP, better for St. Patrick West, better for Grenada.
And we have a caller online. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. Caller, sometimes if I have something playing, I would put you on hold for a short while. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Madam, let me apologize. I was sleeping. No, I was sleeping and I realized I missed a call from you. When I reach in here, I check the phone. I see I missed a call from you.
Oh.
Oh, good. So,
I think that call, I wanted to get a CD for Patty to go back with.
Oh, dear.
Because I bought that CD, I bought 2 CDs. Sunday, one for myself and the next lady, and Patty, I wanted one for her.
Okay.
But they say no more, so I said, let me call you to find out if
but wait, so
you
who
know where they have selling.
But who doing CD? Because I think I wonder who doing CD because I wonder where they get the music.
I have a plate only you say, but I wanted one for Patty.
That is not a organizer.
You want to one for me, please?
Yeah, because
but
she.
Patty might still make sure, you know.
But she right there, so tell it she go just pass. Patty, just pass. After the program.
So she will explain.
Right. No
but
problem.
If you could get one for me, I'll be very happy to get one for her.
Okay.
It's a very uplifting CD.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. And I want to say good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, PG Martinique, and to the Prime Minister, and to everybody who's listening, my friends in New York and England and Canada, especially Mr. Watts. Happy New Year to you and your wife and Zingo, Mr. Depadine and Cathy and Cox and Fraser Boy, the guys from the Carnage and the Chase family. Sheila here still, Sheila Chase, Valentine wife, she's still in Grenada. Good morning to everybody, you know.
Yes.
And I listened to the Prime Minister last night, but I kind of dozed off because I tired, Sheldon.
Oh God, I can
imagine. I
imagine.
good morning to him and sir, don't bother with people, you know, and people in Grenada must not, that is troubling me, do not call sickness and people. You know? I know what's wrong with me, and the people that mock me and say dirty things, they don't know what will happen to them tomorrow, and it's not nice. You understand? Sheldon, is not nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a lot of men in Grenada don't strain the juice, and they could get past straight with the grams.
And they're not checking. They're not checking. I just do my exam.
Things with gums, you could get it for straight. Long time they used to call it stop it on water. And you know, this kind of thing is not nice. I heard people make comments on the radio. Even on GBN this morning, the lady was trying to tell the man, you know, don't say them things. Because why hear him? The Prime Minister rubbing his belly. The Prime Minister is rubbing his belly sometimes. You're talking and you're touching your body. You know what I mean? And all of that. And it's not nice. I don't know why people in this country, they're wishing all them things for the Prime Minister, Dr. Kit Mitchell. People, God is in control. And this thing going to backfire on you all. It will, mark my word today, Sheldon Scott. The thing that they're saying about people and it's not true is going to backfire.
I hope they know when it
because
backfire.
We have children. You know, I choose certain things to say and do because of my children. You understand me? We have to be careful. A lot of us that is saying these things about the Prime Minister and other people, they have family that is sick. And my advice to these people is to pray. Because you don't know when your turn coming.
But Camille, you know even worse than that. The Prime Minister wife is, mother is 95?
Yes, I know.
So imagine she's at home. She been trying to reach him and she hasn't gotten him. And then somebody call her and say,
your son day in hospital.
oh, he dropped down. They could kill the woman. They could kill the woman.
That alone could shock you and you think, you know.
I mean,
I have 5 children, eh? I have 5 kids. One in the English Army, one in the U.S. Army, and my daughter in the United States of America. And I have 2 children here. You know, as bad as how they might be to me, because the things I want for them, I don't see that happen. But you know, if something happened to me, I know one of them going to run come. Danny go come. And I look at him as the one I take, but he come in.
Yeah.
He always pass. Despite me and he can't see eye to eye. You know? And I will not say nothing bad about nobody because I don't want nothing happen to my children. You hear me?
Exactly.
I don't want nothing wrong with them. I pray for these children every day. They had a man, they had a woman now, and they just like they put me on the back burner. But every day I say I want to pray for them and other people. I pray for people's children. And I pray for the people in this country. They must stop that. Yesterday morning, Mr. Scott, it was so disgraceful that this lady called Shaggy. And the woman talk about a pig in a palace. Could you believe that? Could you believe? And there was, you know, at this month, I could not rest yesterday, you know. I could not have rest yesterday. My spirit was troubled. To call a human being a pig in a palace, whoever that pig is, whoever that person is, she calling a pig, that is not nice. That woman don't grow up so, you know. I know these people family. I've been around them. They had business. I used to buy from them. And I don't think if that man was alive, and I know the mother is saying, Lord, where did this girl get that from? And she always tells people, listen. You understand? Listen to her. How could you call somebody, whoever that person is, a pig? This is what comes out in the mouths of our people in Grenada. And these are people that say they qualified, they went to school, they have their degree, they have this, they have that. And you come in on national radio and say this kind of thing. Nobody can tell me what to call the radio and say. Nobody. So advising them to stop this thing. So the mud will turn in the back of the head. Sheldon, you have Grenadians that is praying.
And it's not wish anybody wishing bad on them. It's just how things does happen. That is how things does happen.
When I was in the United States of America, there was a Grenadian woman who was living next to me. And she got addicted. They put her out. And I come here and say, boy, that can happen to me. You know why? I said so? Because I had a little money tie up. And I had a nice job. And when I went to work the week, she told me she was moving to Florida. So I ended up without the job. And a month after, I get evicted. I get thrown out of my apartment.
No, brother.
So never say never. I warn these people that the same things about Mr. David and other people. You don't like where they is. Always stop saying the wrong things. Things going to start to happen and then all you will say people make it over here. Stop these things you all getting on with in this country. I'm Sheldon. I have to go now, but I am not working today.
Okay.
That kind of bother me. I'm lying.
Oh goodness.
That kind of bother me with this stroke because I know what it is about stroke. I had a attack of a stroke 2 years back, and I know, and I have friends that have
not
stroke,
easy, yeah.
and that is not nice. As much as a lot of people don't like the Prime Minister of this country, do not say these things, people. It's going to backfire on you all. I'm telling all you, because you have trained people in this country here. That is not nice. I can't get everybody to like me. You understand, Sheldon?
Yeah.
You don't get everybody to like you. But you all stop that. We claim to be a Christian nation. And the thing that bothers me, whenever they come in on the program, they start with a word of prayer. So you see the hypocrisy with these people. They have family members that is sick. Focus on your family members, the people in this country to pray for. The end of the day, we don't go nowhere. Grenada belongs to us. Grenada belongs to one person. Or you stop this thing, something good going to happen to you all.
Kami?
Yes, sir.
We go talk, my dear.
I'm not working today, so I want the customers know I'm not working today.
Okay.
I might pass there a little later this evening.
Okay.
But at home, I'm making a nice green pea soup. You know?
And I think I know where I'm getting lunch now.
No, I cook it already. I eat the first bowl. And I'm going out, and I'll just take my little hangout.
Yeah.
And before I leave, Mr. Scott, I want to ask you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I always do things to go and look for the old people and drop a little something in homes.
Yeah.
But I'm getting up, have a little change and make a little profit for the last year in my little business.
Yeah.
So I want to buy some little things that I'm custom doing to drop in any home and I just go and drop it. You know?
Okay.
So when I'm ready, I want to ask you that day, when I'm ready to drop it, if you, I will put money in the car for you, gas.
You don't even have to put that.
And you
I'll
will
bring in
drop
you.
it. I will go in any home.
I will bring you. That is not a problem.
All right. So I'm asking about, and the people
And
is you know.
let me
they
ask-
feel, you know, thing. Me and you, the rest of you know, I made a little
You
profit.
two Scott had to go and visit, man.
I made a little profit last year in the little business I have. With little
Yeah.
city and a seller. And I think I should share it with the elderly people to buy something and bring it them. Small it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because I might end up in a home one day. You never know. We never know.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day and morning Grenada Karkupitimatic.
Same
and
to
all
you.
the friends in England. Everybody. Katiana, I hope you get your lambi and your green peas. I'll send up for you. Bye bye, have a good day.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Yes, indeed. And you know, if you all want to pass and check Cammy, you all find you have something you want to pass and drop for Cammy so that she could bring to the home too. No, old thing. Only make sure it's proper thing. Only bringing and thing, right? Yeah, give her a little check. Nice? Good. Beautiful. 440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside. So yeah, last night, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he was on Beyond the Headlines and they asked him all kind of questions. They asked him about the Postal Corporation. He says government is still looking at the formula, the best way to move forward with the Postal Corporation. Because we know that post offices in 2018 do not make significant sums of money again. Yeah? The thing they probably make the most money out of right now is stamps. Strange as it may seem. That's what they used to make money, a lot of money from before, but also for sending and receiving letters and packages and that sort of thing. But if somebody is in the States right now and they want to send a package to Grenada, they go to DHL or they go to, not DHL and what's the other one? The other package, FedEx. Or they go to Amerijet and they send their package down. So the formula, how you operate, has to change, and therefore they're looking for the proper partnership to move forward with that. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Sheldon. How you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. Morning to you.
I'm all right. I'm doing good. The vulnerable. I'm not in a position to look. So
He's
I'm
not
sure
there.
if
He's
they're
not with
vulnerable
us this morning.
All right.
But he's listening.
Right. I have two contributions this morning. First of all, I want to say how proud Mr. Vincent Roberts made me on Sunday, because while we had the launch of Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Vincent Roberts was on our live. You understand?
Mhm.
I know they were supposed to have their thing, and you know people don't pelt at an empty mango tree.
Not only him,
So
the
fact that
UTAM president and several other members, instead of watching their rally, they was watching we own.
That's what I'm saying. So that means, Sheldon, that there is something important about our rally, that they don't even want to look at their own thing, you know? And I saw that and I say, okay, well, if he could ignore his and focus on ours, that means we have more value, ours than theirs. So that is one. And I just want to run back to something I've been thinking about last week, as it relates to Mr. Lewis and his attitude with the strike action and things. I think that man is looking, and this is my opinion, I think he is looking at running for a political party, and we would hear about that very soon. I feel he is following his friend who is now running for the South. I think to me...
All your mouth bad so much.
Well,
No, Uncle Lou, man. Uncle Lou is my partner, man. Man, I won't drop you, man.
No, when I look at the thing and I wait, and 16 ounces, 1 pound. whether it be a pound of feather, a pound of stone, 60 ounces is 1 pound. And when I believe that he is motivated politically and he is walking in the footsteps of the gentleman that is going to run for the South for the National Democratic Congress.
But in his defense, let me say this though. Media persons are not supposed to make politicians feel comfortable. Yeah? You're not supposed to feel comfortable when you go on a set as a politician and you're being interviewed by a media person. You're not supposed to feel comfortable. If you're feeling comfortable, the media person is not doing their job properly. So I won't say that Uncle Lou is biased or anything like that. I think he would have been doing his job. What he believed to be his job is what he would have been doing. Some of the questions that he was asking, I don't think it's questions that he just sat and formulated, but it's questions that are out there in the public that have been put out by certain political activists. And in order to gain clarity for it, I have no problem with anyone asking the question so that the Prime Minister or any other minister had the ability and the time to be able to clarify those issues, like I was just clarifying with the post office issue. People don't send back in our days when we were younger, for instance, and we went out on summer vacation. Sometimes you're here in Grenada, but you're writing a letter to a friend here in Grenada.
Yes.
Yeah, back in the days, because you ain't going out, you ain't seeing them easy. So you write a letter, and a few days later you get back a letter, and it's so you're going. But nowadays we pull our mobile phone and we contact each other 24/7, any hour of the day or night we could contact. But before you had to write letters.
You're on the move and you send somebody a WhatsApp and respond with his
Yeah. Or you could even video chat the person while you're going wherever you're going. But so the mechanism of communication has changed. We no longer go down in town to go by Grentel to send a telex to tell somebody something in the States. We barely even use fax machines again. Fax machines will be obsolete before the end of this year. I don't know the last time I received a fax. I don't know the last time I had a fax machine. We scan a document now and you send it, or you snap it with your phone and you send it. We've changed the modus operandi. We've changed the mode of operation and the mode of communication as such. The post office had to change how it operates. It had to move away from just dealing with sending and receiving mail and so on and packages, because now you have the Quick Pack, you have the DHL, you have the FedEx, you have the Amerijet, you have all of these companies, and still you have people that traveling daily now with things like JetBlue and so, that bringing in stuff and bringing out stuff for different people. So it has hemorrhaged the operation of the Postal Corporation. So you can't keep operating at the same level.
The thing has
you must change.
And I think we as a people should understand the thing, because we know we also use these services ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's more economical for us to use these services. So I think a person should understand what's going on in this world. It's a different world.
Yeah, because if you're here in Grenada, when you visit Leslie, if you want to send one of the samples for your business out, while you're here, you know you're not leaving, but the sample needs to go out. Are you going to go to the post office, or are you going to go to DHL or FedEx?
I'm going to go to DHL or FedEx.
Yeah.
Reach in 24 hours.
Yeah. Or you're going to send it, if it's a pretty large something that you think the price might be better, you might send it with a Amerijet. But you're not going to go to the post office and try to send that out. So the post office still dealing, and even utility bills, which used to be a significant portion of the mail that's passing through the Postal Corporation, even that has been reduced, because people like the electricity company, the phone company, Digicel, all of these companies, they are sending their bills electronically rather than having to go and get printers and print out bills. And so you can receive your bills electronic instead of having to go and get a paper and go and collect a bill here and go and collect a bill there. Yes, they still send out the paper bills, but pretty soon they will stop doing that. They're going to just send your bill to your phone.
It's even cheaper for the planet. You don't have to buy ink.
Yeah.
You don't have to get paper, and afterwards you have to dump the paper. That will go up in perseverance in a couple of weeks or months or whatever. So you save on landfill. So everything is
remember, you have to pay for the stamp. You have to pay for the stamp to mail it.
You have to pay for the stamp.
So most companies are moving out of that, out of this sending bill. Like, for instance, when my auto insurance has to be renewed, these days I get an email saying just a few weeks before that your thing needs to be renewed. Then as the time comes close, I get another email and I get a text message as well on my phone from the company that I'm with. I get those messages, and so I don't see anything coming in the mail that say, well, okay, you need to renew and that sort of thing. So less and less, there's less reliance on the post office. Yeah, so government is looking now at who they're going to partner with to have that new experience, to get it up to the level of a FedEx or a DHL. Yeah, to get it up to that level so that you could deal with the packages, because it's mainly going to be packages. That's the main thing that's going to be passing through the post office now. And the odd stamp collector, persons who are into stamp collecting and so that sort of thing. And the one or two documents that need to be sent.
Before, Sheldon, before Christmas time, we used to receive maybe $20 or $100 in a mail.
Yeah, in between a little card.
MoneyGram.
Yeah. Well, so even that. Exactly, yes, because Christmas time, somebody in the States or somebody in Canada or the UK, they just send a little, you get 20 pound or 20 Canadian, 100 US, wherever, in between a little Christmas card. Now people sending you a Christmas message on WhatsApp. They ain't sending no card.
So times has changed.
Yeah, and therefore the operation must change. And then in relation to the and I'll get into the other areas afterwards though. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Okay. All right, and I want to say good morning to my very soon to be minister, Kate Lewis. That's my very soon, in just a few months, in a couple months time, she would be the minister. So senator is only temporary.
Yeah, we only holding that one temporary.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
All right, so take care.
Okay. And let me say this too, because Prime Minister is very clear, even when he was speaking about the gravel and concrete emulsion cooperation, yeah, that government as well is looking at the formula for gravel and concrete. That there is a person who is interested, nothing has been handed over to the person hasn't been given gravel and concrete, they haven't been sold gravel and concrete, but they're still looking at how that person would be able to interact with the entire system, how they'd be able to get that person involved, if that is the person that they go forward with. So it hasn't been sold, it hasn't been given over to anybody. Yeah, that some people are out there saying these things. I mean, even when it comes to the issue of Camahorn Park. And come on, it's embarrassing. And it would be embarrassing to me as a Grenadian, for others to be having to look at our Prime Minister making the same statement over and over and over and over again, that Camahorn Park has not been sold. Yeah? You have the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, a person who's supposed to keep himself up to a certain level if he has intentions of becoming the Prime Minister of this country. We all know it won't happen because he's not liked by anybody. We know it will not happen. But still, if he has intentions, at least I would think that he has enough common sense not to make such doty statements like Camahorn Park has been sold and whoever buy it, they must come back for their money. And it's kind of nonsense. It has not been sold, it has not been leased, it has not been given away. None of the above. And the Prime Minister had to go at pains again to explain that last night yet again. Yet still, you have people like Jude Bernard and them running around saying that the park has been sold. And trying to convince people not to listen to anybody when they say that it has not been sold. Jude Bernard, quality name. Trying to convince people that the park has been sold. The park has not been sold. Then you have the other one that they go around saying now, oh, the Chinese have taken over Grenada. We know a certain political party that is not the New National Party is looking for funding from Taiwan. You must say it again. We know that a certain political party that is not the New National Party is looking for funding from Taiwanese with the full intention of, if they were to regain office in Grenada, if they were to regain office in Grenada, they would change the diplomatic ties from mainland China back to Taiwan. And hence the reason that they continue to attack the Chinese. And I want my friends down at the Chinese embassy to hear me very clear when I say that. That there is a political organization in Grenada that is not the New National Party. It is not the New National Party. And that political organization is seeking heavy funding from Taiwan through a sister Caribbean country. And the full intention of that political party, the idea they are selling to the people in Taiwan to fund their campaign, is that if we win the election, we are going to switch allegiance from mainland China to Taiwan. I said it. That's why you're attacking China like that. Now let's look at the article that came out. The article says that the Chinese are putting together a developmental plan for Grenada. The Chinese could do that. They could put together a developmental plan. That don't mean we have to accept the developmental plan. They have been asked to assist. There is a committee made up of the private sector, the business community, private sector, labor unions, different organizations, including youth and churches and so on, are involved in that organization for the developmental plan for Grenada. The Chinese government has been asked to assist, not to take over the process, not to do it and hand it to us, not to take over Grenada. They have been asked to assist. And the assistance could have come in funding the committee and so on, and providing equipment for the committee and for the various feasibility studies for the ideas that came up. For instance, if you're saying now that you want to do a new highway between St. George and Grenville, a feasibility study will have to be done, which means that money has to be found to do that feasibility study. How many houses are going to have to be removed? Because you will have to move houses in certain areas if you're going to put a highway in. It means you're going to have to widen the road. So some houses, some properties would have to be reclaimed. If that has to be done, you're going to end up in a situation where you have to pay people for the property or relocate people. It's going to cost millions upon millions upon millions of dollars according to how it is done. So if something like that is being considered, funding has to be sourced. So what is wrong with asking the Chinese government to assist with the process of putting together a developmental plan for Grenada? I mean, I see certain things there. For instance, I hear the discussion about railways and this sort of thing. We do not have the population volume for railways. Grenada is one of the only countries, and I don't know how many people notice that, but Grenada is one of the only countries that buses wait on people instead of people wait on buses at the main hub. Yeah. You go in other countries. You're in New York right now, and you go down into the subway. You don't meet a train park up there waiting for you if you reach when the train just pull up. But you generally have to go and stand and wait until a train comes for you to go where you're going. You have to go and stand on the bus stand for when the bus, the number 4 bus or the number 6 bus or the number 9 bus comes by for you to get the bus to go where you're going. Whether you're in the UK, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Washington, wherever you are, even right there in Jukutu, Trinidad, you have to go and stand and wait until the bus passing on the priority bus route or wherever to go where it is you're going. But you do not generally find a situation in other countries where the mode of transport, where the buses are parked up waiting to be filled to go where they're going. It is because our population is not a large one. We're just 100 and something thousand, about 110,000 people here. So the idea of the trains, yes, it is something that you could look at in the way future, probably for a population triples or something like that. But in the interim, because people hear this thing, they say, oh, train and all kind of things, Chinese looking to take over, Chinese looking to do this, Chinese looking to do that. No, they are making suggestions based on what has been done in their countries, in their country, in their towns, in their villages, in their cities. They are making suggestions based on that. We, as Grenadians, have the final decision into what is implemented, what is considered, what we put forward. And that is why we have a committee here in Grenada. It is not the Chinese been asked by the Grenada government to put together a developmental plan and come and implement it in Grenada. That's absolute nonsense, and we need to stop that stupidness now. Not because somebody jumps on radio and says something makes it true. And I am on radio, and I am telling you that don't take anything I say, just wait, go and read and think about it for yourself. That's why I point you to information. I'm not one of those go tell you, just listen to me, don't listen to nobody else, and believe everything I say. No. Because I believe in you, and I believe in your intelligence. And because I know for a fact, not that I think, because I know that you are intelligent, I don't have to come and tell you don't listen to anybody else. Your brain is strong enough to discern the sense from the nonsense, the fact from the fiction. Your brain is strong enough to do that. So I don't have to come there and say, don't believe anybody else. Just listen to what I'm saying. No. But you for yourself, look at it. It was announced, I'll find the press release where it was announced, that we have the committee. The Chinese government is assisting. It does not mean the Chinese government is in charge of the process. It does not mean that whatever they say, go and they decide this is what Grenada need and Grenada need a railway. Where are you going to put the railway? Where are you going to put it? If you go into St. George right now, you're meeting a couple $1 million worth of buses parked up on the bus terminal right now waiting for passengers. Ain't it? Some of you are listening on those buses down at the terminal right now. A couple $1 million worth of, if you look at the terminal at any point in time, you have over $10 million worth of buses parked up on the terminal, waiting for passengers, waiting for a turn to come in line. You don't see much other countries where that happens. I can't think of any others that I know that you have all the public transport park up waiting for people to fill it. I know usually it's the other way around. The public transport is traveling and people go. And the other thing here is that we don't have public transport. As in public, it's private. The buses, while they provide a public service, they are private, privately owned. Yes, so it's an entire different dynamic when you're speaking here. That dynamic goes across into politics too. Yeah, I see people jumping up about certain trends in politics in the Caribbean. You can tell when persons don't understand politics, you know. So there's a trend. The government change in Trinidad. Trinidad politics is seriously racially based. I could say that. I know that for a fact. It has a serious racial bias in Trinidadian politics and to a large extent Guyanese politics as well. So you can't say because something happened in Trinidad and it happened in Guyana, it's going to happen here. Jamaican politics has a serious ideological difference in it. So you can't say because something happened in Jamaica, it's going to happen here. You look at the Turks and Caicos, some of their constituencies is 700 and 800 people, not thousands, no. 700 and 800 people in constituencies in places like Turks and Caicos. Plus, they have a system where you vote for about 14 people, and each you could vote for more than one, and the persons who get the most votes overall, they choose from the top bottom, and these are the persons that go for it. They have a different type of system that they operate. So you can't say that what happened there is going to happen here. But yet still you see some people, somebody jump on a radio and they tell them, oh, that government changed here and that government changed there and this government changed there. So don't worry, it's coming in Grenada too. Nonsense. Don't know what you're talking about. What was the performance of the administration that was removed? You can't even say that. Yeah, but there's big political experts. There's political savvy. They don't know what they're talking about. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning, sir.
I've been listening to, not listen, I was looking at GBN last night beyond the headlines with Dr. Mitchell. And something baffles me. So I said, let me ask you that question this morning. It is said that Mr. Rulo cannot see. And how come he saw that the Prime Minister was laughing at him?
Well, he was listening. So, I mean, the thing is, my brother, I have problems with my eyes as well. Yeah, so you never know what's in the future for me. But he was listening. So sometimes, when one sense is diminished, the other one is heightened. So you could probably hear from a tone of a person's voice. You could tell if a person is smiling, if they're laughing, different things like that. But the Prime Minister is a jovial person. What he must do, as soon as an individual like that, who is very disrespectful, and that's why I don't tolerate them on this program. Not that I don't believe they have a contribution to make, but they're extremely disrespectful, and I won't tolerate that here. But what is the Prime Minister supposed to do? As soon as he hears that voice, just get vexed and sit down there like a stone? No. He has a lot of reasons to be happy. The economy of Grenada is improving. His government has provided 2 times the amount of opportunities for young people in less space of time than the NDC administration provided. He has done several successful budgets between 2013 and now. Each one of his budgets has been successful. He has been able to attract foreign investment into the country. And he has been able to hold a government together. You didn't hear about no set of people resigning and then jump on and cussing the government and that kind of thing. You didn't hear about no set of fighting and this kind of thing. You didn't have that. It's not every Tuesday morning you have somebody else in front of the media, the Prime Minister, wicked, and I come out from the government and I leave my ministerial portfolio and I have nothing to do with the new National Party. You have not been seeing that sort of thing with the NNP, so he has a lot to smile about. He's been the most successful politician in the Caribbean region. Let me say it again, not just Grenada. He has been the most successful politician in the Caribbean region. Not only has he won all the seats, but he did it twice and going to do it a 3rd time. So he has a lot to be smiling and happy about.
Secondly, pertaining to Camahan Park, right? Is Kem Jones that telling his so-called listeners, right, about these things. And so they're trying to make this kind of a political mileage. But the
individual is not known for truth. So why should anyone who is sensible, anyone who has intelligence, anyone who, you don't even have to go to school to have intelligence, you know. You could have dropped out in primary school and still be more intelligent with somebody than a university degree.
That's true.
Why does anyone with a modicum of intelligence continue to believe an individual who is always lying to them? I just don't understand it.
True. Anyhow, have a nice day.
Okay, my brother.
Good.
That's why I say, do not just take anything I say. Go and research it yourself, because they go see you, Sheldon, you're always lying. And, well, where did I lie? Don't worry, you're just like, because they are unthinking. Think. A group of individuals are telling you in a document that they circulate that they are going to broaden the tax base. They tell you in the document that they are going to broaden the tax base. But yet still they're telling you that they're going to reduce on taxes. How do you broaden the tax base? Include more people who are not paying, the poorer people who are not paying, the sectors like the busmen and the fishermen and so on who are not paying. How do you go now and get those people involved and broaden the tax base and not put further burdens on them? But you're broadening the tax base. We lost that call. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Folks, remember, it's happening on Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be the launch of the Honorable Anthony Boson up there in St. Patrick. You have a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine.
Good. Few things, sir. Regarding the some certain people is looking for funding from Taiwan or whatever it is, right? I think before funding any organization, I think they'll come and do the research before they fund you. Because if they know you don't have no really big scene and nothing is really happening for you, right? They're going to just invest. And they're doing the research. I mean, you can't go and make them believe what you want to believe, because these people are not fools, yeah? Yeah, we are advanced ahead of you. You understand? They do the researches, and so you feel you want fool people to bring them here to give you millions of dollars. That is not going to happen. You know, that's not going to happen. And whenever somebody anybody makes statement that the government sell this or sell that or whatever, there is something called deed, and we have proper receipts and everything. Before you see, and I mean, you must have evidence. You go check everything, make sure that what you're going to say, or you have proper evidence in what you're saying or what you're doing. If not, then don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
You know where I'm coming from?
And that's the thing. If you could easily go into the lands registry and find out if something has been transferred to this person, that organization, that so on. In fact, if Senator Burke had done that, you'd have known that the property on Lucas Street had not belonged to the people of Grenada to sell it to the first place to the NIS. But you see, they're thinking that you're operating how Senator Burke and the NDC, how they used to operate and how they operate. They're thinking that the NNP operate in the same way.
I mean,
we're selling
Jackson, you know, man. You're running a nation here, right?
Yeah.
And we clearly see, right, how the economy has recovered. We're in safe hands in a sense of politically stable. And you could go on and on. Grenada is moving again, right? Only last year alone, if you look at the amount of vehicles, over 2,000 vehicles have been sold in Grenada. Where did the money come from? Nobody has the machine to print the money. Am I right on that one?
No, we have no money printing machine here.
Okay, right. So if you sell over 2,000 vehicles, right, where the money come from? So the economy is growing. That is one of the signs. You could sit on the road, and believe me, more than 40% of the vehicles are CRVs.
Which reminds me, I have to have a conversation with a partner of mine, Brian, about that traffic situation going into Grand Anse, man, because everybody driving now, so wow.
Everybody's driving one man or more than one vehicle now.
Yep.
People have vehicles, yeah? Before anybody, I mean, we all know the election is coming close by and whatnot. But I think just get the proper thing. When you're going to give people any form of speech or anything that, you know, make sure you have the evidence.
Yeah.
Please, don't take Grenadian people for food. Yeah? I think that cheap politics, that bread and corn beef thing, that done already. So I don't know who want to use that is their problem.
Yeah.
And who want to believe that is their problem either. You know?
Well, I'm no fool. Nobody is getting me to believe anything
we have to
just
get
like
to
that.
the bottom and clean this mess up, and people have to come and realize, listen, this is the way I'm going to better your life.
And I have to say,
don't tell me nothing about Sheldon. I know who Sheldon is. But if you want to come and better my life, tell me how you going to better it.
Yeah, all right, my brother.
Good.
Thank you. And this is the other thing. It's something that Prime Minister touched on last night, and even Kami this morning. You're attacking a person's health. You start to talk about the man's health and this kind of thing. And you have to understand, the man's mother is alive. You want to be responsible for something happening to her? But they go out there and they make this, they go out and they make the statements and so because they don't care. That's the level that they are at right now. Yeah? That's the level that they are at. There are so many issues that they could have raised. There are so many issues that they could have spoken about and so on. Yeah? They have the opportunity to speak about lots of things, lots of issues. But they ain't doing that. Instead, they want to talk all sorts of fiction and fantasy. Yeah? Fiction and fantasy. And I keep telling you, that is what the National Democratic Congress campaign is based on. Fiction and fantasy. That is what it's based on. Let's jump on to the live. Let me just say a good morning to you, Antonio. Yeah, the high-end vehicles too. Yeah, seeing a lot of BMW, Audi, Hummers, etc. Yeah. Shellyan, good morning to you. Irvin, good morning, my brother. Teresa and Claudette and Carvel, Iva, Brittany, Louisa, Herolyn, Hannah, Sherilyn, Rihanna, Reginald. Good morning to all of you. Bonston. Yeah, morning, bro. Yeah. A special good morning to each and every one of you. Yeah, all of a sudden, Mr. Peter Wickham is so bad for the NDC. When the NDC used to hire Mr. Peter Wickham, and when they hired him, they know that he wasn't going to do what they want him to do. He would tell them what is the real situation. Yeah? He would tell them what is the real situation. Nothing is wrong with giving people, somebody comes to you to do a poll, and you give them some information. Nothing is wrong with that. Absolutely nothing is wrong with somebody approach you and they ask you some questions and you decide you're answering because they ain't writing down who you are. You're giving information. Yes, I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I don't like that. How is any government or any party supposed to put together plans to address your issues if they don't know what the issues are? Yeah? How are they? But you see, that's what the NDC wants. They don't want you to be informed. They don't want you to be educated. They don't want that. Their campaign will be nothing but slander, lies, and mamagism. Because they can't go and say they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Number one, they wouldn't get the opportunity to do it, and they know that. They know very well that they will not be forming the next government of Grenada. They know very well. The NDC knows for a fact. You can hear it in their voices that they will not be forming the next government of Grenada. But they want to meet you and they want to throw word. Nazim Bok is the next prime minister. I could say what you want on radio. So then they could go back in a little group and they could say, I see him in tongue, a game good. Little do you know that I don't care. Seriously, I really don't care. What do you think I am saying for? Because I don't care. You can say that. Meet people and throw word for them. So, nice words. Words is win. Me ain't care. I mean, if you say certain things, we'll have it out in court. Yeah, definitely. Pull him a phone tape here one time. Court. I'm making sure. Yeah. We have a call online. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're live caller.
Oh, what you doing, brother, man? How
Quite
you
fine.
I was listening to you on the radio, that's why I didn't get you on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, how you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, man. Perfect.
Last time I asked a question, but I didn't get a proper. I think I didn't get a proper answer I wanted, but I'm still happy still because based on BNTF, I wanted to explain it in a way that the Prime Minister would have, tell me a little bit on, But yes, he diverted from that. But on a serious note, what you say is true. The NDC realize and they know that. They know that they're not going to take office, and
they know it for a fact, especially after Sunday. If they didn't know it before, on Sunday they had a national activity. And look what happened. We haven't started rallies yet. These are the endorsements. The rally, we ain't going in the road. We going in the playing field. When we're ready to start our rallies, we're going to go in playing field. We ain't going in the road. But they went up there and they had a poor, and then they want to cuss GBN for not showing what they didn't have. Poor GBN.
I want to say this morning that when GBN digging a hole, they have to dig two. These people are really crazy.
When GBN digging a hole, they must dig 15 because 15 of them they got to bury.
I mean, come on. You talk about a million house, have to dig a hole, you have to dig two.
But it just shows you the level of the discussion with those individuals.
Yeah.
For this week alone, this is Tuesday. Yesterday we discussed issues such as we were able to discuss yesterday climate change. We were able to discuss one or two other issues yesterday, and so it just shows you the level of discussion over there. The level of discussion over there is you have a bunch of guys that have to watch how the Prime Minister dress.
Yeah,
they have to upset that he dance. You have even people making statements now about why should the NNP start and have a gospel rally. Let me explain something to them. From inception, the new National Party has always started and ended all its functions, and not just the national functions. I'm speaking here even about a village meeting or indoor meeting or an executive meeting or a branch meeting or one of the group meetings. They are always started and ended with prayer.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have a full worship gospel session, but we start and end with prayer. And it is traditional for the new National Party to start our functions, such as the one on Sunday, with gospel. This time we happen to have an artist. And it's not just the NNP. Back in the days of Sir Eric, Matthew, Gary, how they used to start? How did they used to start their functions?
Same way. I witnessed the former Prime Minister, asking a minister of the gospel, to open his meeting for him, And back then he declined. So prayer has always been a political parties always look to open the meeting with prayer. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's a good thing too. That's a wonderful thing. There are people in there who maybe not inclined to go to church, and by going to the political meeting at least they could get saved. So it's all good. It's all still well. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's the best thing to do. But talking about a Sutters project, brother man. This morning I heard Mr. Lawson on another program. and I was surprised. Mr. Lawson said that his plot of land behind his building. I mean, basically, back in the days, he gone back 50 feet before. I mean, the beach erode all that.
Now, with what is taking place there now, could you imagine what would have happened to not only Mr. Lal Singh's property, but even down to the road in that area, if that project had not been done?
Yeah, and people, and to me, when the project started, they love it. Everybody, love it. And normally around this time of the year, I keep explaining to people, normally around this time of the year, we have storm surges, right? We have sea erosion. I'm talking about places, I on the sea coast every day. Every living day of the week I'm on the sea coast. Yeah? And I can tell you, I'm no scientist, I can just tell you from what I know because I pass in there every day. And I can see erosion take place. I can see places where you had sand, there's no sand right now. I'm not living down in Sotels, I'm way up. And the point I'm trying to make is that we have erosion up here. I'm not doing with the sort of project. So I don't see how we can try to link it. But you see, the NDC party grabbing at any straw, any twine, any fine thread they could get to string on because.
But even trying to grab at our locks and all,
Yeah, they're thinking. So it's like they're looking for something to grab on, and they get that now. But come on, they jump on the Libera project. I don't know how they hate some party people. So they like to call us poor and needy, yeah, because they go in Roseville right now and only offering and trying to bribe the men in Roseville and the young men in Roseville. I mean, I talk to number of young men in Roseville and they keep on talking about how much bribe they get already.
Let them feel them fellas in Roseville stupid. Let us stay. I know them boy. Let us stay.
And to me, now,
fellas eat our food, eh?
I heard that sport that
fellas eat our food. If they come in and they want to play the fool, eat our food. I ain't no problem. I don't.
This is why I run Roseville. Anything they throw in Roseville come back to me, and come back to me in 100%. And Roseville is my area, and I can tell them that. So to stop throwing bribe in Roseville because they're coming back to my ears. Just I just throw it out, they come back to my ears, and I'm telling you, I've witnessed 3 persons already come to me and tell me they get a bribe already. Well, I tell them how to take the bribe and how we go handle the bribe when we get it.
Okay.
So we're waiting for the bribe. But I'm just saying that even Mr. Larson can say that his plot of land back in the days exceed 50 feet behind his building. I think so, that he said. And then the beach erode all that. You're not saying that you're claiming the beach. The point I'm trying to say is that just showing you that how the sea has eroded over the years. Yeah? And we thought this started breakwater project. It's a matter of time before the sea take everything. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the project now, I mean, is a project that we need and we want and it's supposed to happen because to protect Sotels, you need that. Back in the NDC time, remember when they had the project, I think the Chinese come up with a project there, and they say it was too big. Yeah, they take the money and do all other things. Yeah, so then basically now we have to go back and spend our own money now. Or we trying to scrape on and thing and try to do the project to protect the business down there, protect the area. Put into the sand removal now on the trees that down there. I mean that's storm surge. Yeah, people have this notion in the back of their mind that if you block the sea here, the sea could go somewhere else and come on, we ever see that?
Well, I would like one of them, according to Prime Minister last night, one of them to present the scientific data that shows that.
I know all the years the sea been beating rocks for years, taking years to break it down, years. The sea doesn't leave here and say, oh, that rock get too hard, but I'll go over there nice and free, may go over there and flow. See, don't operate like that. See, continuously do what you have to do. Yeah, wherever you get a room to pass, you pass.
Yes, indeed.
You understand? See, don't say, all right, I will leave here and go over there and knock on the rock here, but I'll go over there and you have space here. I'll go over there. See, don't operate like that. I don't know how people think sea operate like that. If you know nature and you understand nature, you don't operate like that. Yeah?
Well, my friend,
you don't leave here and go across there.
I'm gonna leave it to the experts.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave it to the experts.
Well, I don't know how they think that they're smart. I had this guy on GBN this morning and talking about this foolishness. This guy don't understand how this.
Where did he get his degree?
I don't understand. He might have from a teacher. The man don't know how to.
Yeah, but where did he get his degree on the particular issue that he's speaking about to speak with authority on it?
I'm telling you, I'm on the bayside every day. My grandfather was the best fisherman. No tides and everything. I grew up in that kind of environment. I know about them things and then basically. And I know I'm on the sea coast every day. I tell you a particular place where I know for a fact that they always have sand there. Even though the sea can a little bit, some remain. When I look down there and watch, I never realized you had all this big piece of old iron below there. That when I see it on the sea go with every living grain of sand. Yeah? But I know you're going to bring it back. Because sea takes sand, bring it back when you're ready. That's how the sea operates.
Well, my brother, as I said, that's not my area of speciality. So when I hear from the people who specialize in that thing, then I can speak with authority. As it is right now, I cannot do so.
They're still saying they will do the project, but do it in a different way. When they had the chance to do it, when NDC was in office, and they say it was so big, and the Chinese will give them a loan for that, and Chinese will give them a loan, I think, of 0.5% interest, and they say it was so big, money will they get to just do this project. And if they had done that project, when they had the time to do it, just imagine. I think Mr. Thomas might have been in office still. Might not be in office, but they might have still will sit. At least they might have a little bit of credibility. They refuse to do it. So I'm talking to the NDC people that are listening to that program right now. I know you're locked on. I know you're listening. I know you're foaming up like a frog on the ground there. But I'm telling you.
Not Rhonda. Rhonda loves me.
I'm telling you, once and for all, the door is open. If you look at the slogan, we ain't got no door in the house.
Okay, my brother.
Come in. Please
Blessings.
come in.
All right.
Have a nice day, brother.
The new National Party brings its message of delivery and a clear vision for continued progress when the campaign rolls into Soteres this Thursday night, January 11th. It's the launch of the incumbent candidacy of Anthony Boson in St. Patrick West. Call them. All are invited to the Anglican Schoolyard from 6 p.m. for Tony's special endorsement. For we say in 2018 in St. Patrick West, we moving with Tony. The meeting features a special appearance by former MP Joseph Gilbert and statements from other leading community activists. Our next stop this Thursday, January 11th, 2018. The people say NNP, better for St. Patrick West, better for Grenada.
Tell them we vote in NNP election day. Call day and call somebody.
I know who I voted for. NNP.
Yeah, here this guy will be there on Thursday, huh?
Tell me who you voted for.
Former road march winner.
NNP we voted for. So, let's keep moving.
Former Soca Monarch winner.
Let's keep moving.
Former Calypso King.
Moving.
I'm trying to remember if he ever won a groovy. I can't say that I know that one, yeah?
Receiving. Healthcare improving. Keep moving. Pension coming. Keep moving. Better condition.
Specky, that might be a nice one to add to your collection, the groovy, if you haven't had it already.
Me your callers. Let's keep moving. Your brain callers. We came back in 2013 with a clean sweep, we win 15. And my country progressing.
Yes, so all roads lead to St. Patrick on a Thursday.
3,000 jobs for humanity. The way forward we please. Numbers of higher education. The past 4 years volume billion. We create small business. We have the facts to prove this. Room in billion a day. NNP all the way. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, also here, next fella won't be there as well. Let me see.
Yes, we move it.
Yeah, he go be around on Thursday as well. Well, I'm bound to work Friday. Serious, I want to know. I have to work on Friday.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Or they could give me the day off. Hard talk listeners, or they will give me the day off.
If something can break, don't fix it, leave it so. And up to this day, this I still maintain. This is why I say, Nazim never again. Everybody know, about 6 years ago, when this country were...
All right, yes, let's reopen the phone lines. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. And for those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. That's the overseas line. Just this press release out from the Royal Grenada Police Force. The Royal Grenada Police Force wishes to inform the general public as it relates to the new traffic arrangements following the operations of the Grenville bus terminus, St. Andrew, that their concerns have been noted and would be addressed. The Royal Grenada Police Force apologizes for any inconveniences caused. We have a caller online.
Yes, my dear Senator Sheldon.
Morning.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, my dear.
Good morning, darling.
Yes, my dear.
Where my brother Devon?
He's out for today.
Brother Devon, wherever you is, have a nice and a blessed day, sweetheart. Let me tell you something, girl, Senator Scott. I have the breakwater project in Soteres. And you know who that had that MCD? The former announcer before you, What is his name again?
Alan Campbell.
That's right. That's what I tell all you when I go na the head and not the tail. Let me tell you how much CD I have. The first set of CD are picking up there. It Mark D and the NDC lies. I have 4 CDs of it with the project in Sotels. And then again I have another 4 again with the starting THEAPOBGY. You understand me? That is 4 CD of different projects and things. So I want to send some for you.
I actually would have all of that in the system here right now.
You have all?
Yeah, I would have that. Remember, all the stuff that Alan would have had would have been transferred into our system. So we would have all of those documentation. So you don't hurt your head about having to send it for me.
Because this man in attacked him, you better I'll give you the number. I don't have to give him the number. I don't have to come and ask him for no number. I did telling Brenda, but she had time cut me off. I did telling Brenda to tell him I don't have to call him. It's he that had to call me because it's he that wanted. Not so, Brother Sheldon.
Yes,
If
indeed.
I have something for you. Right. I want to call you, but you telling me to call you, you telling you to call me? No, you don't have to call me because it's you that want it. I have it, and you want it. You listening to Sister Brenda this morning?
Not Sister Brenda. Sister Brenda was on with him, yeah, but I didn't listen to the entire thing. I heard part of it, but I didn't get the entire thing. But the story is the same. It's nothing new anytime Mr. Joseph Andal goes onto a program. It's the same old.
And
There's nothing substantive that ever comes out of his mouth apart from personal attacks, fantasy, fiction, and innuendo. But listen, it's fantasy, fiction. That's all you get coming out from him. Even if they're putting forward something that has an element of truth, they have to circle it with a bunch of lies or things to create suspicion. For instance, I heard Mr. Andal make one of the biggest lies that I've heard him make for a long time on that program this morning when he said that sometime during last year, he put forward the idea of removing income tax from pensions. And the government jump on that. You would remember, you would remember Senator Chester Humphrey sitting right here in studio with myself and Devon.
Yes.
And explaining that before the last election,
yes,
an issue which he has constantly been speaking about even during the previous term of the NNP was removal of personal income tax and so on things like severance pay and on pensions and so.
Yes.
And that a list of these were put forward to the new National Party before the last election of things that the government should do once the NNP forms the government, that government should do to address some of the concerns that the labor unions has. And those concerns as put forward were included in the manifesto of the new National Party, and they have by and large been addressed, including that one of pensions, of the personal income tax on pensions. And so that is not an idea of Joseph Andal. Not because the cock goes and it crow in the morning mean that the cock that make the sun rise.
No.
The sun rising anyway.
Already long before the cock.
The sun rising anyway. So not because you hear the noise means the noise that caused the event to happen.
No.
So he had absolutely, and I could state that as a matter of fact, not fiction, not fantasy. I could state it as a matter of fact that Mr. Andal lied this morning.
Yeah.
Government had already done that. That is nothing to do with Andal make that statement and government take it and run with it. He's just trying to make himself look good. Yes, I mean, you're going to face the people of St. Patrick West, so you have to try and make yourself look good, but at least talk the truth.
But the thing is, Senator Sheldon, this morning, oh God, and that one in the 10 lies about Sotels breakwater. Sotels breakwater. His Prime Minister, that is the Prime Minister, Tilman Thomas. I have his pick. When the project come up, Senator Buck, the Honorable Senator Buck, he said the project is too big for hotels. I have it on the CD here. I have it.
All
And
right.
I show you if you have it, you must pray, give them the air or lie they lie.
Dory, I have thousands of things that I haven't played in a long time or have not played yet. I have a lot of clips. And believe me, I have some that when I play it, anyway. All right. Let me just say I have some bomb to drop that I ain't too ready to drop yet.
2018, bring it out.
Listen, I have some, Miss Jacob,
Hey.
let me just tell you, I have some bomb to drop
Yes.
that I ain't dropping yet. Nobody ain't causing me to misfire. Nobody ain't making me release prematurely. It go come when the time ready. All right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And I ain't talking about people personal business and attacking people and so as the NDC planning. I ain't had time for that.
No.
Yeah?
No.
I ain't had time who they with who and all this kind of thing. I ain't had time for that. I go deal with the issues.
Who whining and
I go and deal with the issues. Don't worry, it coming. It coming. All right, my dear.
Yes.
All
So
right.
you and Brother Devon, you all have a wonderful day. God bless you, Brother Devon, whoever you is. And Senator Sheldon, you have a God bless day. You do a good job. You just keep it up.
All right,
and
my dear.
I love you, sweetheart.
All right, love you too.
Okay.
All right, yes. Looking at the new parliament across the road there, man. Looking nice. Too bad certain people wouldn't be sitting in it. Well, the visitor, Prime Minister, the visitors section in the parliament, make it a little bigger. I mean, yes. So those of us that would be in the visitors section, we are enough space. You understand? Nice. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Hey, how are you?
Not bad, boy. You know, this line getting busy these days.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
You are still no longer trying.
You know it, and it has certain people that be complaining. Aliudo calling. All right, okay. But anyway.
Yeah, listen. I heard two things. I heard Mr. Andel today on to the point, and you know, I just sit down and roll in my eyes.
No, go ahead. I was having a coughing fit.
I'm rolling my eyes because I hear. First of all, Mr. Anders spoke about corruption. Remember, the NDC never learned. You beat Dr. Kita about corruption last 2013. The man come and win 15. That means, you know, what you're saying is not true, or what you're saying the people didn't bite. You understand? But they come back with this corruption in government, and the government created a parallel public service. Well, Mr. Anders was not a minister or a member of the party back then, or a member of the government, sorry. But he surely was a member of the party. And Mr. Andal would know, as I would know when I was there, the NDC had themselves a parallel public service system in that they would have brought in their own people. Philip Alexander was one of them. There used to be, I think he died now, advisor to Tillman on security. They ship him from America to come here, working for about $8,000 a month. I remember that. We have chief of staff. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All those are parallel.
My brother, before you even go further, the main voices you hear now shouting about jobs for the boys and that kind of thing, ask yourself where they were between the period 2008 and 2013.
That's right.
Ask yourself, the president of the youth was the second person that they brought into the Ministry of Youth right after Kenrick Fullerton. I could tell you because I was still there.
Yeah.
So when you hear them talking right now, it's not true a love of Grenada. They want back, they walk.
A matter of fact, Tim Jones was employed in NASMA.
Exactly. They want back. Is they look a walk, they want back, you know.
Working for a handsome amount.
Where was Miss Anjon?
Miss Anjon was in Basic Needs Trust Fund.
And there's another one that has been calling all radio program. Where he was? No, in same BNTF?
BNTF working for over $6,000 a month. So
understand them people looking for a work. That is what they want. They don't care about Grenada. They care about the bank account.
Exactly.
I ain't afraid of opposition, you know.
I want to say further that he also said, I make some points here, that this government is corrupt because they're using the constituency office for party office. We were doing the same thing in NDC time.
My brother.
NDC was doing the same thing.
What is worse?
You would come and say no. If NDC were any different, you had a point to come and say no. Look at when the NDC, who I represent, operated before and how we did things. But you can't say that because it was done under the NDC. Even his leader, Nazim Bok, when you wanted to see him, where you go? You didn't go in his party office. You go in his constituency office, and that's where he operated from. So this tomfoolery, people like Joseph Andel come in and talk about. He gonna fool the 12-year-old who not be able to vote now. But those people who know the truth, like me, and that's why you see I can't sit down and shut my mouth. Because when I hear the dotishness coming from them, I had to speak and I had to let them know that I was there and I knew what was going on, and people, sorry, Devon wasn't there too. Wasn't in studio
but
today.
the thing is, they're talking about, jobs to the boys and this kind of thing. I mean, what more of a parasitic round of advisors did you have than those that were around Tillman Thomas?
Exactly.
You had Philip Alexander, presently a candidate for the National Democratic Congress, having a job in the ministry there where he basically had to do nothing and collect a big salary every month.
That's right.
And he's now a candidate on behalf of the National Democratic Congress.
Was he though before the Prime Minister's office?
You have another person who was made the head of the Government Information Service, who is now a candidate for the NDC. That is Raymond Roberts.
Yes.
And he was a failure. Because if he did a good job as the information person, and if the NDC had done something, even if they wasn't doing anything, but he knew how to put out his information to make it seem like they're doing something, they might at least pull back one seat. But the mere fact that NDC couldn't win one seat shows that Ray Roberts was a massive failure as the person in charge of information for the NDC administration, now a candidate. You have Ann John, BNTF. How much? Over $5,000 a month?
You know me, John, and I don't tell you.
Candidate for the NDC.
I had to say it, and I'm going to say it now. Me, John can use a basic computer, laptop, or basic.
Maybe she do a class in between, boss. Let me leave that alone.
You have to sit down by the secretary and read, and the secretary. How you could in this day and age, this is 21st century. You have to be able to do things on your own to advance the situation.
Let me leave that one alone. Let me leave that one alone.
I want to talk to the guy who say he want to visit me because I have a lot to share with him for his campaign only. Now, my little daughter was last night, 7-year-old. She was doing math, and the sum was 0 minus 0 is 0. So even if you do nothing, you don't expect Ray to go and put out anything. It's 0. You have nothing. You have nothing to put out. You know. Coming back to this morning, and let's talk about the breakwater project in Sotez. But when the breakwater project was ongoing, they were the first to go and hold fundraising activities on the beach. So they were even utilizing the beach before the people that complaining didn't take time, didn't find out. People, listen, the amount of people who got jobs in those various projects that this government would have undertaken, all NDC good for, as they say, to think about project. We think about this. We think about that. We're planning this. We're planning that. But if you can effectively implement it, what does it say? And I keep saying to people that NDC is like a corner stretch. You have the whole stretch to press X, but you're only mashing bricks. Creating accident for people in the back of you and creating accident for yourself because you are not my bungaway. You know that? So this issue about, and I heard this talk about reducing our tax. That's Nazim spoke about reducing our tax, and so I had to laugh. Because as you rightfully say, you know?
Yes, I'm here.
As you rightfully say, the document they have speaking about what? Increasing the tax base.
Broadening the tax base. That means if you're not paying certain taxes, they'll add those taxes or they would stretch those taxes to include you.
Mm-hmm. And Nazim is saying on Sunday, the leader of the NDC saying, we're going to reduce some of the tax which is a burden on you. What are some of the tax that is burdensome to the Guinean people? So you understand the hypocrisy in the matter, and then you come back and say Sunday that you're going to Lord I do have.
Brother man.
you come back and say Sunday he's going to make all contract workers permanent. But the NNP is doing that now. I talk to teachers who have just recently gotten permanent last year, talk to the nurses. So all what NDC thinking about is what NNP doing. You was in government. You wasn't able to attract 2 good investors to Grenada, but you're in opposition now without a seat and you're saying you're talking to 2 big 10 hotels to come in Grenada and to provide 1,500 jobs. After your mouthpiece on the radio saying all hotels good for is to take advantage of poor children and make them clean bed and wash wells and not all them big time jobs coming from outside. I mean, where is the correlation? I mean,
but it's the mentality of the individual and the organization, because you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Listen, when I just went into the Ministry of Youth, I went into the Ministry of Youth as the public relation officer.
Mm-hmm.
When I left the Ministry of Youth the last time, I leave as the junior minister in it.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. There's a person right now who is managing a bank in Grenada that started in that bank as a Imani trainee. You have to start somewhere. I see some of them born big.
Yeah. I have a friend now who went in the first batch of Imani training. She went to work in a particular business. And now she's the assistant accountant, permanent. You know, permanent. I want to come back to the topic of the contract, Sheldon. I don't want to take much time. And while Nazim talk about making all contract workers permanent, Nazim forget he was the minister who removed gratuity from contract workers when NDC was in power, and he said that the country can afford it. He was the one that removed gratuity. Gratuity, for those who are not sure, is a little money set aside because they get a 2-year contract, and it just should, in case you don't get that contract is not renewed, you have that little money to help you go along until you'll be able to get a little employment later on down the road. So you take care, if you're renting, you rent, you take care of your bills, you help your children to school. Nazim took that out from the contract because it says that the government at the time, NDC, couldn't afford it. And so up to today, contract workers, especially public office who work in the public service, are not able to take advantage of that gratuity if the government decides that they need to go home tomorrow. Talking about the Peter Wickham poll, I remember prior 2008, Peter Wickham did a poll for the NDC.
Boss, look at the thing in front of me, you know.
They paid him handsomely.
I have it in front of me.
Prior 2008, June, there about 19th or 18th, 2008, Peter Wickham conducted a poll for the NDC, and I hope, Sheldon, that you will be able to read it for the listening public, so they will know.
I can read
the hypocrisy of the NDC. No, Jude Bernard. Jude Bernard did polls for the NDC too. It was called a omnibus poll or something. Jude Bernard and us at the time I was with the NDC met in the stadium, and when the findings of this poll came out, Nazim took offense because the poll indicated clearly that the next person who was more popular in the party was Peter David. And Jude Bernard sat there and he saw how the thing was unraveling. Jude Bernard sat in the meeting there and he saw what was happening. And it's amazing to know that.
And he does try to play like he's not no NDC now.
Jude Bernard is still saying that NDC is the better party for Grenada.
But he does play like he's.
He was one of the persons I believe, in my belief. I can't confirm that. That was advising Tillman too. No, seriously. No, you have to expose them because when they come and talk about all this concrete stuff, I hear him this morning and I had to shake my head because he was around and people like him was instigating Tillman. When you in meeting and Nazim sit only rubbing his head and smiling and people telling the Prime Minister want people want his work and you telling us to tell the people go and pray. I mean, how you would come and tell us now that you're the better party to run when you as finance minister could have make a change and stand up with us who was looking at the interests of the Grenadian people and say, Mr. Prime Minister, we have to do something. Instead of that, every meeting you sit down and you're rubbing your head and you're smiling, not saying a word, and having people disrespect the Prime Minister. You had Glenn who said to the Prime Minister, you shut up, don't answer no more question. And while Glenn was saying that Nazim was right, standing in the back of Glenn, drinking a water, soda, and eating something, and didn't even say that we have to do better than that. But you let all this thing go down, and now you come and talk about you care about people. What people you care about? You care about yourself, but you'll never be Prime Minister in Grenada. Not this time.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
4407377. It is hard talk. No soft talk. Yeah, this is hard talk. That's what us can't take. Yeah. Eat the radio. Bite up the speaker. Come on, bite off the knob. Don't bite the power cord, though. Don't bite the power cord. All right. I'm warning you. Don't bite the power cord. Because if you bite the power cord, it might electrocute your depot. Good morning, sir. I hope you're having a warm day today. I hope you're inside and thing blossom out there in the UK. Jaglory. Yeah, wifey say good morning, bro. Nice. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, Shirley, you're late this morning, girl, but good morning to you. Hope that you're having a fabulous morning this morning. Yeah. Yeah. NDC has the same gentleman to do a poll. Yeah, the same man they have all kind of problem with right now. And they listened to what he told them was the reality. And guess what? They went into office in 2008. They didn't want to listen when he did a poll afterwards. This isn't saying the man is a NDC. This isn't saying the man is a NNP. The man is a professional. Anybody that hire him to do a poll, or he could do a poll on his own. Yeah. And he said the obvious strategy is to be pursued by the NDC. This is back in 2008. Take issues to people's home, flyers important here, some speeches, some already prepared. This includes Tillman's speech. Need to reshape Tillman's image. One suggestion is to have a 1 hour friendly interview talking about his upbringing and values, family time in prison, and its impact, etc. Bombard all the networks with that. Then another thing that the NDC said they had to do back in 2008 was need to use Batiste extensively to try to pull back GULP swing towards NNP. And they're talking about Michael Batiste Day. But everybody know GULPites, right? Garyites, okay. Attack Stone's leadership, focus on the ills of dictatorship. Yeah. Attach the issue of corruption, highlighting the cost, both real and opportunity costs. That's the kind of thing that they wanted to push, and they pushed back in those days. And they're trying to do the same kind of thing again. Eh? They want to try the same kind of thing again. Steady. We have a caller online. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hey, morning. How are you?
I'm good, boss.
All right, go right ahead, man.
Yeah, well, if what the gentleman a while ago said that Mr. spoke about making contract workers permanent.
Yeah, he did, you know.
That had to be something like a miracle now. Because when they came into office 2008, they met the less paid people in the country with a salary of, I think, $10 or $100 a fortnight. They take it off. They say they can afford to keep that and the money because Dr. Mitchell put that as a election gimmick. So the less fortunate was left to suffer for that. The $10 was taken away, $100 a fortnight. But now you want to make hundreds and thousands of workers that are contract workers permanent. You understand what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, what NDC could be remembered for it that is so significant that Grenadians would have to be so in a rush and so hasty and thirsty to put them back into office to govern this country again. What that is so much that he could have remembered for? Well, I remember the Chuckman today, if any Chuckman at all want to see NDC back into office, had to be a man like Mr. Brook. Can't be an ordinary and honest Chuckman like those that had the truck outside there. The trays were left to rotten because there was no work. The bank didn't want it. They had also find money how they could to pay for it because the bank would not have get it sold even though they take it from them. The busman that was driving the bus from route to route, with only perhaps the driver and the conductor. It was more or less like a bike. The driver in front and the conductor behind. Constant. The CCC workers would not try to remember at all at any time they want to see these people they call NDC back into office. The Imani workers promised that they would not have go home, would never try to remember, even though they are not Imanis again, but they would never like these people to return into office again. And so many different things. But among the projects that they kick against when they came, they say they're vamping all projects because it's NMP projects and they have to make sure everything is proper. They vamp and they never come back and stream. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So many different things that could be remembered about this NDC government into office. And they are speaking about today. They want to be back to fix the thing. What thing they want to come back to fix? What thing
the bank account they're talking about, the thing that the NDC say they want to fix is the bank account.
NDC have to be
that is what they want to fix.
And they want to be uptight with the NMP supporters.
I broke. I can't fix no bank account.
You understand?
Me
they
and
want to be uptight with the NMP supporters for being, supportive to the party, going wherever NMP are thing, and in a bold way, the way the jersey and whatever. After you call the people, the children, the supporters of the NNP who have children who might have liked to support you all, that's the NDC. You call them needy, you call them dunce, you call them greedy, mouth and ground. They have children, they have grandchildren. They might want to support NDC. But I go sit back and listen you saying all this dirty thing about my mother, my grandmother, my father, my grandfather, and yet for a pick up and go and support you. Well, I have to be worse than them again. You understand? So what, all right or wrong them, what they are doing is just digging graves to bury themselves. And yet for all want to blame somebody for it. Have a nice day, boss.
All right, my brother. Yeah. And here's what we're going to do for the next few minutes, eh? Yeah, because we're running out of time quickly. Yeah, we're running out of time bigly. Cathy, I know you ain't going to like to hear that one. We're running out of time bigly. Right? Yeah, so we're going to play our one or two things here before we go. Yeah, because we understand what the problem the NDC has is. The NDC problem is this problem. Yeah, what the problem is.
Boy, I concede Nas constituency. This is a man that argue with me every time we see each other. Boy, I love the party, but I can't take Nas. And I ain't voting for NDC, I just not voting.
Yeah, that's the problem that they have. That is the problem that they have. The same Joseph Andal who was on radio this morning, yeah.
Oh, NDC is a good party. Miss Anne is a nice lady. Andal is a good boy. But Nazim. Ask them one question. Tell me what Nazim has done wrong.
Yeah, don't blame us. These are your candidates speaking out. They're getting the pressure holding them out in the constituencies. Pressure. He busting the pipe. Yeah, so they had to talk. They can't stay quiet. They had to talk.
Are you finding, though, that as you talk to people, are there any real concerns about the leadership of your organization?
Of course.
Because it seems to be cropping up a lot.
Of course, you get that feedback all the time. Mm-hmm. But you have to be able to deal with it. Okay. Now, you will go certain place in the constituency and in the parish, and they will say to you, okay, well, I don't mind voting for you, but I can't vote for Nas.
Don't blame me. That is not a statement being made by the New National Party. That is your constituency caretaker for St. Andrew Southeast, speaking on behalf of the constituency and the other 3 constituencies in St. Andrew. We don't have that problem. That is an NDC problem. So don't vex with me because I let in the public know.
No, you will go certain place in the constituency and in the parish, and they will say to you, okay, well, I don't mind voting for you, but I can't vote for Nas. My issue is that, okay, you can't vote for Nas, but in the first instance, it's not Nas you're voting for. Mm-hmm. You're voting for Simmons, or you're voting for Hilaire, or you're voting for Philip, or Qualis. Mm-hmm. So, but Nas is the leader. Yes, of course, but
Of course he's the leader, but then, you want to tell people he's a change man? I mean, go ahead.
Do you think it's been fairly assessed and based on everything that you know and looking to what do you think probably needs to be done? Because like in a very simple way, I think politics and your profession is a lot of salesmanship.
Yes.
You need to have integrity. You need to have a heart, and you need to. But it's a lot of salesmanship. Is if I buy what you're selling. And I had to buy the whole thing. Yes. The smile, the look, that sort of thing, because that's what it is. Yeah. So do you think that, that he's been assessed fairly? That, when you hear from people, because you know a different person, I'm sure.
Definitely.
So when you go into your constituency and people tell you, and even like maybe hardcore NDC people say to you, Simmons, I ain't not really feeling that man, And, I mean, how is that? How can you overcome that?
Okay. No, what I try to point out to them is that some of the things that they have highlighted about Mr. Buck in terms of his personality, I try to make comparison to how it used to be and how it is right now. And the truth of the matter is that you can see a change in the way that he interacts with the communities compared to how it used to be in the past. The way that he dressed and probably his facial expression. And all these things are things that he has been
Maybe he has changed his clothes. But does a leopard lose its spots or a zebra its stripes? The sad truth is, some people will say anything to get back into power. But people are asking, can a 1 cent change?
Yeah, it's not we say that. It's NDC said that. Don't blame us. I mean, we don't just play it. Yeah. And I mean, even you're hearing one saying they're changing tax, then you hear the next one saying they carry on the country without tax.
If you take out those taxes and the levies that they have put on, you will notice that our country cannot run. There is no income.
Wait. And John, now you that talking this Sunday. Hold up.
If you take out those taxes and the levies that they have put on, you will notice that our country cannot run. There is no income.
Oh yeah, this and John that talking there. Nice, yeah. Don't blame me. Yeah, 1 minute all you saying take it out, and next minute you're saying if it take out the country can't run. You say that, and John. Not Sheldon Scott. You say that. Yeah? So don't vex with me. Don't try to bite off my head. Don't be upset with me. Not me that bring a man from quite down in Guyana to come and say this.
I challenge parents and I challenge young people to come out in their numbers and vote. And I said to the parents, if they're not going to vote, put them out. If your children are not going to vote, put them out. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But that is how serious I consider the right to exercise your franchise.
Yeah, I mean, it's not me that begging.
Call the thing, Doc. Call the debt. Repeat it after me. Call the debt.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
Yeah, but listen, the 28th coming. We would have liked to see the race on the 27th too, but we know all your coward all ain't taking up on that and that kind of thing. Even though it would have been nice to kind of fill the stadium, everybody come to see that race and thing, and then you pop some big screens and so everybody come, they watch the race, you pay $1, how much you'd make a donation, and then we use that money for charity. That'd be a nice charity race, you know. Yeah, would that be a nice race for charity. But then again, they're afraid. Any challenge from Dr. Mitchell, they're afraid. Yeah, they are very scaredy cat people. We have, what will be our final caller? Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Brother Sheldon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you?
Yes, I'm not too bad.
All right.
Yes, let me tell you something. I could never put my ex for these NDC people. I listened last night, Prime Minister Keith Mitchell and all the callers, and you could have feel the hate in that radio host man, and the other one that say can't see. You could have actually feel the hate. And I wonder, why is it people must hate people so? You could feel the thing. I sit down there and I actually feel the hate. And I say, if that man was close to these people, they would have knocked him out. You cannot hate people so God does not like these things. Too much hate. Oh, you want to run a country with all this hate. Brother Sheldon, you have a good evening, yeah?
All right, my
God
dear.
bless you, my dear.
Yeah, I think some people have to relax now, man. Smile a bit now, yeah? Smile a bit. Let your face get some exercise and that kind of thing. Oh, they vex. The Prime Minister dance. They vex. The man put on his own clothes and he clothes the money spent for, he put on his own clothes. They vex. Eh? Anything the man do, he own personal thing, you know. Like NDC want to go and dress Dr. Mitchell. NDC want to go and dress the Prime Minister every day. He put on his clothes, they vex. He dance on a stage, they vex. He talk about something, they vex. All your vexing, so probably if you all took all that energy and turned it into positive energy and focused it on your own lives and your own political organization, you may have been at a better point than you are right now. Because where you are right now is not a good place to be. Because when that date for the election is announced, you will be in the unfortunate position of knowing the date of your political death. Yeah, that's the unfortunate position that you will find yourself in. And it's not a nice position at all. At the same token, yeah, NNPites, every constituency, NNPites, don't drop the catch. Understand what I mean? Don't drop the catch. You know you're playing a game of cricket. You have a man on 49, just one for him to make it 50. He pop up the ball and you get opportunity to catch him and deny him that 50 and break the morale of the next team. And you drop the catch, you let him make it 50, he go on and he make a 200 on top of that. Don't drop the catch. By that I mean, don't take it for granted in any constituency that you win already. Nobody approach me anyway unless all you want to see me turn color. Don't approach me anyway with this nonsense about we win already. You win on election day. You win when the votes are counted and the results are in your favor. You ain't win already. It could be the weakest candidate of the NDC. And you operate in the wrong way during the campaign and on election day, and you lose. It could be the strongest, any one of them, any one of the candidates could be the strongest candidate. They could have the nicest campaign and posters, billboard, t-shirt, vehicles passing around with posters, DJ truck blaring, rallies and all of that. You could have all of that. They could be the best orator. They could be the best public speaker. They could have the best plans for your constituency. They could have a plan that could change your constituency to make it into the breadbasket or the economic capital of Grenada or even the region. But if you do not do what you're supposed to do on election day, your candidate could lose. No, don't stay there and say, no, that never happened. Your candidate can lose. I want it to sink in. I want it to seep into your brain that if you do not do what you have to do, what you need to do, what you must do before and on election day, your candidate can lose. If only on election day you realize that the busload are youth and other people that you have behind you, every endorsement, every rally, and all the meetings in the constituency, that out of the 15 of them on the bus, that 10 of them not registered, you fail. You fail. On election day, they can't help you because they can't vote. They cannot help you because they cannot vote. But you had them all over at you, but you did not take the time to verify that they can vote. Don't find out on election day that person A, B, and C can't vote. Don't find out on election day where it is that they had to vote and you bring them in the wrong place. You have a responsibility to know that they can vote and where they have to vote and to get them there on election day. You have to know where they're working. You have to know. Organize yourselves properly. Don't allow anybody to frustrate you on election day. They're going to do all kind of things to get you ejected from the polling station. They're going to do it. They will do it if they know that that is a polling division, that that ballot box is a box that the new National Party going to win. They're going to do things there to ensure that the NNP people don't vote on that day. They're going to slow down the process. They're going to take as long as possible for one person to vote. Slow down the process and make you stand up in the line for hours because they don't want you to cast that ballot. They want you to say, NNP winning already, man. I don't have to stay in the line there, man. And you're gone. Not realizing that your vote counts. If 10,000 people think like you around the country, you could see a different government. Oh, all you find out talking shoppiness? No. If 10,000 people think that I don't want to go and vote, man, NNP winning anyway, you could see a different government. So make sure, NNPites, don't drop the catch. Right now, it's in the air. It ain't into the sun. It's in the air. Make sure you take the catch on election day. We feeling good. And we feeling good. Yeah? So all roads lead to St. Patrick on Thursday. And then on Sunday, we are all headed down to the Bon Rouge playing field. Yeah. We're going to make sure that they know who the next MP of the South is going to be. When we finish with them, they will know definitely that the Honorable Nicholas Steele will be returned to the House of Parliament, this time in another constituency, but with the same energy and determination to do his best for the people of the South. So we're going to see that. Yeah? All right. That's all the time we have for Hard Talk today, friends. It's been wonderful being here with you. My name is Sheldon Scott. And indeed, in whatever you say, whatever you do, do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Remember, All roads lead here on Thursday.
The new National Party brings its message of delivery and a clear vision.